Hello, everyone, and welcome to our developer stream this Friday. Not with Tanxus, but with me. I'm hosting today's stream, and as always, I have Bam here as a guest.
2 streams in 1 week.
Yeah,
Me and you.
it's man. If that continues, we really have to play Lotto. Like this is, I don't know, man. This much luck has to.
Every 10-year anniversary. That's the plan. We'll see you all in 10 years.
Okay.
We'll do this again.
All right. See you in 5 years. Wait, no, that is not how math works. Yeah. So we already had the honor to talk on Tuesday for our 10-year anniversary, and we already hinted there is much to come. So before we jump in all the juicy bits, let's do a little bit of a recap and what happened this week, since we really didn't get that much talked about this on Tuesday. Of course, we played the MBT, we played the Martyr, two of the biggest releases this week. But what else is there?
Sure. Well, we are still ongoing with the Year of the Dragon season, so hopefully everyone is making some excellent progress, making their way to that level 100 reward and season level itself. We still got plenty. You got plenty of time still, a few more weeks into the season, so don't sweat it if you haven't quite made it that far just yet. I'm only halfway through myself. We also had the release of the Celebration War Chests. These were created specifically for our 10-year anniversary event, and with an added cup of pizzazz. And we've been seeing you guys posting a lot of imagery onto our socials and to our Discord of a lot of the awesome tank drops that you guys have been very lucky to get in those Celebration War Chests. These are a war chest that we priced at 500 gold per war chest. And you can, in fact, receive up to 5 rewards per war chest, up to 5. And you can receive, various premium consumables, various boosters, premium time, of course. And let's not forget, we are a game about tanks. We, of course, are going to have many premium tanks available into the Celebration War Chest. But something really great about the Celebration War Chest is we have added the guaranteed drop system as part of this. So if you have been purchasing multiples of the Celebration War Chest and you have yet to get like a rare or an epic tank in any one of those drops just yet, we do have a guarantee that up to upwards of 50 purchases of that chest itself, you will receive a premium rare or epic tank. And just a quick breakdown, I don't know off the top of my head, a couple dozen premium tanks are available in the Celebration War Chest itself. Just shooting off some of the quick examples here. You can get the Caliban, there's the Batchat Borask, the E25, Panzer 5-4, the AMX 30B2 4RAD, the Object 477A Molat, you got the Centauros CC 45 ton, and the T58 Heavy, plus many more that I don't currently have listed on my screen.
I gotta be honest. The T58 Heavy is pretty juicy. The Molot is. If you don't have it and you have the luck to pull that one, that is a very nice addition to, everyone who plays Cold War should have that. The 4RAD is a lot of fun for Cold War players, I can guarantee that. Yes. But, for World War II players, the Vipera is nice, the Borask is nice, Panzer 5-4, of course, everyone should have that, and the E25, looking at all you SEAL clubbers out there. You know what I'm talking about.
E25.
Yeah. No, but it's a great chest. I personally like this design as well. I think it provides great value to everyone who wants to stock up on some of the tanks. So all in all, Also, please, if you haven't yet, let us know. We have a dedicated feedback thread going on our Discord. Let us know what you think. Let us know what you would like to see. If you would like to see some other iterations in war chests. It's the third iteration of war chests that we have. We had the tank war chest, we had the Commander war chest, now the Celebration. So there's possibilities in the future. Let us know what you think.
Always up to feedback. And that was the purposes of a lot of the earlier release of the Tank and Commander War Chest. Getting your feedback, changing the drops, and changing the rewards themselves. And correct me if I'm wrong, TK, I believe the Celebration War Chest actually has a 10% chance of receiving a premium tank.
Yes.
That's fairly good odds.
Yes, exactly. I mean, there are of course the epic drop chances of the tanks, but all of these are listed on our portal. But yeah, so generally 10% is quite huge. So yeah, and also a quick addition: if you don't receive any tanks in 50 chests, which has a very low chance, I would say, of happening, you get a guaranteed epic drop from one of the epic tanks. So not the rare tanks are included in this guaranteed drop. So if you're hunting the special tanks that we have listed as an epic drop on our website, then you get one of those.
Right. So yeah, check it out into our store tab under the war chest category. Okay, beyond that, and I've actually seen videos. I think someone had picked up the 25 pack, and they must have ran some good odds. I mean, they should go buy a lotto ticket, quite honestly. I think I saw them get like about 5 or 6 premium tanks.
I think I saw someone getting a chest from one of our events that we had running, and they opened like 2 of them, and they got a Mollot, and I was like, oh wow, well that is jackpot.
All right.
What else do we have? We have our anniversary Big X Big Ten event. Big X for Big Ten. Yeah, Lago M38 and the T3488. So I shortly before we jump in it, I want to quickly say, like, when we announced this event and we haven't had the King Dragon operation yet announced and the MBT wasn't announced, right. That was like the little bit of event that was going on, and then all the other events dropped, so we stacked up on that. So
saved all the best for the actual anniversary.
Exactly.
Yeah, and everyone, this is a big community-driven challenge for the Big Ten challenge op here. You work together, and you guys can be receiving. Well, you already should have gotten the Lago M38, the T3488, and I believe there's 10 emblems available once we reach that 85 million point threshold. And just today, we hit that 43 million mark, so we just got past the halfway point with 17 days left onto the challenge itself. So keep it up. Points, if you guys were unaware, you earn points toward this community challenge op by dealing 1,250 damage or more in any number of battles. Destroying a tank in a battle will actually net you 2 points. And surviving any given battle will also net you a single point. So,
at least I always get 1 point by surviving a battle,
Run and hide for the points.
But that is not our only thing that we have for our anniversary. There are also a lot of additional sales, one of which our players are mostly always waiting for, which is our free XP conversion.
Yes. Which right now it's for tank XP to free XP, 1 gold right now will net you 40 free XP as opposed to the usual standard of 1 to 25. Check that out if you're just looking to get some increased embankment of free XP.
Yeah, especially for those who look forward for free XP sales or still waiting to get some of the tier 10 free XP tanks. Now is your time.
Now is that time. We also have various cosmetic sales up to 50% off. This does include like camouflages and skins. Equipment, we've dropped equipment prices by 25% off. Various booster and consumable bundles, you can find that into the store in case you guys are lacking any sort of silver, XP, Commander XP boosters. Those are available. 30% off various World War II tanks for research. Again, if you're trying to get that free XP, if you're going for that free XP conversion, apply that into that 30% off research discount we have on the World War II tanks. And of course, various premium tech tree tank sales going on, both for gold purchase and free XP options. This will be available for both World War II and Cold War tanks. So check out the premium tech trees. If there's anything you're lacking in your collection, check out the price. We do refresh what tanks are on sale on a weekly basis.
Yep.
Of course, Oh, go ahead.
No, sorry. I just wanted to go saying this is currently our second wave of premium tech tree sales, so there will be a couple of more coming. And as Bam already said, this will go away after this week. So if there is a specific tank in this premium tech tree sale that you want, you have chance until Monday or Tuesday when we have our reset. Yeah. Yeah, there are gonna be 2 more waves, I think.
2 more waves. Okay. I was going to ask that. I actually wasn't sure.
Yeah, until the end of February. But Heat Resistance BFG is currently in our Twitch chat. If I'm wrong, please correct me. But I think that this will end at the end of... So there is one more, yep. The 4th wave, end of... Yeah, it goes until... yeah, I'm not wrong. Thank you. But yeah. So it will go until the end of February.
Wonderful. Last but not least, premium time sales also available all the way up to 360 days. If you need to purchase that, we do have sales in the store for premium time as well. Check those out. Those steep discounts don't usually happen too often, so if you're getting close to the end of expiring on your premium time, recommend you give it a look.
Yeah, and then there was one more thing that we had, or 2 more things, but one thing that we've got as a lot of feedback from you guys when we released the Year of the Dragon season, and everyone was like, you guys, you have the Type 59 as a reward in the season pass. Why didn't you put the King Dragon in there? Well, there was a reason for it, because we actually had a King Dragon earner planned, which, was also released this week. it was released last week, Friday. So February 9th, it already started a week ago. Yeah.
We are putting a lot forward, both with the Year of the Dragon season itself and the big anniversary events. We're not leaving anything out here. And still more surprises to come. And we do have a special announcement that I know you guys have been waiting for. We'll get there. But yeah, if you don't already have the King Dragon added to your roster of tanks, this beautiful red and gold tank can be yours through the King Dragon Earn Challenge for that Type 59 Tier 8 medium Chinese tank. This will be running until March 4th. You'll need to earn a total of 250 points to unlock the tank. And along the way, there are various rewards that you can get too, including the Cinnabar skin for the WZ-1224 tank, and a Year of the Dragon, various Year of the Dragon garage gear, and other rewards. To earn the points to get that 250 point threshold, deal 1,000 damage or more in a battle. That will get you a single point. If you're driving a dragon tank and you deal that 1,000 damage or more in battles, that will get you an additional point. So Dragon Type 62, the King Dragon if you do already have it, the Goronich, or the Keelan. Dragons, we love our fire-breathing beasts, these lizards, right? So if you're driving around with some flamethrower tanks out there, we did have those released earlier last year. That will also get you a point just by dealing damage to tanks with flamethrowers. And lastly, blocking damage, 375 blocked or more damage will also earn you a point. And that is the King Dragon Earn Challenge. But the other thing that we came out with, I think you were also alluding to, TK here, the big 10-year anniversary Tier 10 tank, free tank that a lot of users were received for free on our anniversary, the MBTB. If you guys haven't logged in and haven't claimed the tank, it's still available. You can still get it. It's the free American Tier 10 Heavy. If you have an account that is at least 7 years or older, you will receive the MBTB plus its hero skin, the Raider tank skin, for free. If you have an account younger than 7 years, there will be various discounts where you can pick up this tank in the store. So for instance, if you've only been with us in the game for 6 years, you can find the tank for 90%. 4 years is 60%. 2 years, 30%. Or if you are brand new within the last year, you can still find it with a 15% discount. Or if you are less than a year, then that's going to be at the full price model. Worth noting that if you as a player, your anniversary lands during a certain kind of wiggle room point of the release of the MBTB, you will still be considered to have hit and received the tank itself for as an example, if my account is 7 years old as of February 20th, that's just 4 days out, but I've logged in now, and I'm not technically at that 7-year mark, we are considering that reaching that 7-year mark, and the tank would have been given for free to my account instead of the discount, percent discount.
There is some leeway that we calculated in there, and I already had some questions on Reddit and Discord from players who contacted me and said like, oh yeah, I'm like 4 or 5 days out, turning 7 with my account. I basically told them, don't worry. Like we had some of this leeway already in mind, so at least those people got their 7-year reward as well.
Imagine being like 1 hour off.
Yeah.
You're like, no. You only get the discount.
Where are the papers? All right. So we have one more thing for our anniversary celebrations. Our anniversary destruction.
We are all about the tank destruction. I was also going to roll my TNR for that one. Yeah, so this challenge here, destroy 3 or more vehicles in any number of battles, and you can receive a random reward drop. These drops can include 35,000 silver, enhanced hull patch kits, enhanced med kits and repair kits, XP tank boosters, as well as commander XP boosters, and a brand new garage gear piece, the dueling tanks. 2 little not toy tanks from the holiday, but very small little toy tanks that you can put around your garage that animate, drive around, and do a little duel.
They are really, really cute.
And then last week, we released the brand new premium tank and did the Martyr VTS1. This was our early teaser of the German Cold War tech tree line that might be coming pretty soon. Who knows? But yes, this was our first kind of glimpse at the German Cold War tanks. The Western Era 2 light tank Martyr VTS1. This comes equipped with excellent mobility at its high top speeds. And take note that you can drive in that high speed both forward and in reverse for quick getaways. Comes equipped with great accuracy and gun handling and a 105mm gun, which makes this light tank fill a fire support role fairly well. It hits just as hard as other classes, so it's not to be underestimated, just based on its class. It's more of like a mix between a light and a tank destroyer, very akin to the German line that might be coming up here.
I would probably play it more as a tank destroyer, since you will have a hard time to if you meet a BMP2 face on. It's gonna be difficult because you don't have the turret traverse to fight light tanks that are really just light tanks face on. But as a very you are very stealthy. If you play like a full stealth build, you get down to 168 of concealment, which is quite good and quite strong. The gun is just it's a Leopard 1A5 gun, if I'm not wrong here. So you hit quite hard. Overall, it's a good tank. You just need to like it. Like the playstyle need to suit you. If you look for a light tank experience where you fight light tanks face on, one-on-one, you will not be happy. But if you like playing a stealthy tank destroyer support role, that is what you can do very easily.
It will fit those needs.
Yeah. Speaking about the Martyr VTS1, we have a giveaway prepared for today's stream where you can win 2 of those. So we have 2 tanks that we're giving away today. Make sure to sign up to our social man, to our giveaway. I posted the link on YouTube as well so that all of our brethren on YouTube can join. And also on Twitch. And good luck to everyone. We will pull the winners at the end of the stream.
Fantastic. Beyond that, well, we also passed Valentine's Day. Aww. So this was also this week. This is our last little challenge that came up this past week. This is a simple op of just earning 3,500 XP and you can receive a random Valentine emblem or inscription. The Be Mine, You Are Acceptable, and True Love emblem and inscription. So hopefully you guys got a little bit of that tank love cosmetics coming your way. Beyond that, TKane.
So,
are we ready?
Yeah, there's also some kind of a reason why I'm here. Should we introduce our Cold War artillery now? No, I'm kidding. I'm not going to bring that out again. No, so there's a reason why I'm here. Like, it was planned before Tanks couldn't make it, unfortunately. So we have some tanks waiting in the wings. I am Thurman. Should we just roll the tape?
Could it be?
Should we?
Roll the tape. What is it? What could it be?
Well, what a surprise. So, yeah. Ben, what does that mean for us?
This Tuesday, yes, that Cold War tech tree line that we promised and said was coming down the pipe this season, launching this Tuesday, that Cold War German tech tree line, a mix of light tanks and tank destroyers. I know it's been a long time coming. I know a lot of players have been asking for this line in particular, but even new Cold War tank lines. And we wanted to make sure that we start off not just the Year of the Dragon season, but that this year you guys get new tanks. And so...
Disclaimer ahead of time. Just so you people are all not confused, this tech tree has a very special kind of build situation, how it looks like, because we have a light tank, tank destroyer, light tank, light tank, light tank. So yes. That is important to notice. The Germans are here and the Germans are coming. So
I guess,
yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
No. Tell us what are the tanks gonna look like? What is the first one?
So these tanks will be offering varied gameplay, with some offering only ATGM only. I think you saw at least one of those tanks in the trailer. Some with single fire barrels on there equipped to the tanks itself, and some also equipping secondary weapons with autocannons. There's 6 tanks in all in the line. This will be branching off the M46 patent and the Western Alliance nation affiliation. And starting off, the Era 1 light tank will be the RU-251, as you've seen in the trailer. This equips just with a single 90mm gun. And then the top of Era 1, this is when we now transition into a tank destroyer. We have the Kanonen Jagdpanzer 4-5. Did I pronounce that right? Was that pretty good? Or?
Yeah, it was pretty good. It's the Kanonenjagdpanzer. Okay. Yes, but it's I don't blame you. It's quite accurate, and don't get me wrong, but these tanks have some tongue twisters in their names. So yeah.
Like this next one.
Yeah.
The Raktenjagdpanzer.
Yes, Raketenjagdpanzer.
I got it.
Yeah, you got it. You got it. Yeah.
So another tank destroyer. This is going to be the bottom of Era 2. This is the one that is equipped with dual AT GM launchers and does not have a main gun. The middle of Era 2, we have the Martyr 1A1. Now we're switching ourselves back into the light tanks of the line, equipped with a 20mm autocannon main gun, and equipped with the option to switch to the ATGM Milan launcher. And then the top of Era 2, on our next light tank here, the Begleit Panzer 57 light tank, equipped with a 57mm main gun as well as another ATGM launcher. And our final one, this one sits just at the start of Era 3, and my personal favorite in the line itself, the Martyr 1A3 light tank. Also, just like the Martyr 1A1 in Era 2, this one also comes equipped with a 20mm autocannon and the ATGW Milan launcher. And that is the line.
It's going to be very, very interesting because most of the tanks have around 10 degrees of gun depression. Not all of them. There's also the Raketenjagdpanzer, which is the one with the dual ATGM launcher that has 50 degrees of gun depression. So these are going to be very, very interesting to play. So, yeah.
The Bagel Panzer, says Cypher.
Yeah,
and Mr. SPG.
Yeah, it's the Begleitpanzer.
Begleit.
Yeah, the E and I. Yeah, the E and I is weird in German, so don't even get me started on that. But yeah,
Well, I'm glad we have you here to correct my pronunciation.
So yeah, these will be released next Tuesday. I'm looking forward to it. I will be playing them on stream next Tuesday at the German shirt. So yeah, really, really looking forward to it.
Fantastic, everyone. And really quick, one thing I want to make mention of, because we announced that we were going to be releasing this new Cold War Tech Tree line when we announced to everybody the big Cold War economy and progression updates. This was also an opportunity because we know a lot of veteran players that have been with the Cold War gameplay and ecosystem for a time now may have not experienced starting from a tank all the way from the start going up a new line. So we wanted to use this also as an example to help us track in our data. How quickly are people going to grow into earning all these tanks all the way to the top end? We will be trying to differentiate those that might have a lot of banked free XP to quickly go through it, and those that might go through a more natural process at the same time. So, and as I mentioned before, I know it's come up a few times, and actually I want to shout out to a lot of other players that have sent me in-game screenshots, their detailed earning reports from the post-battle results screen, like all things Cold War economy and progression. We are monitoring the stats, we are listening to the sentiment, and we are trying to identify where maybe there are tanks that we have to make maybe certain adjustments toward. Shell costs is something that we keep in mind as well. And it's just something that we need to give a little bit more time and have a very informed decision whether we are meeting that target or if we have to make any sort of fine tuning, wherever that lands.
Also, because these questions came up on several different channels, if we have any Cold War tech tree sale, no, we don't have it right now planned because we wanted to take a look at the data that we get now, unskewed, I would say, since we introduced our Cold War economy change. Now, if you would introduce a tech tree sale right from the get-go, we would not get any valuable data for us to act on certain changes if we have to. So if anybody still has the question if we're going to bring any Cold War tech tree sales, for sure in the future at some point, but we don't have them planned right now because first, we want to look at the economy in, a certain amount of time, 30 days, 60 days, to make a really good impression in how it looks. And from there on, we'll see what is necessary if we do sales or anything else.
Absolutely. You'll hear it here first from us, too. If there are any impending changes by any means, and of course, tech tree sales, you'll be sure to hear it from us.
Yes.
All right. So that was a nice kickoff for the next week. We have other things, a few other things that we can share with you guys as well. This is a nice returning challenge, the Tank Mastery. I'm sure a lot of you remember this one. It is back again. Pick your class and earn yourself those Ace Tinker medals to get points to earn class-specific mastery emblems and various medals. And then lastly, I believe this has come up a lot from players, for those of you in the competitive community and in clans, a new addition to our portal, and I think we have something that we can show you as well, the Clan Leaderboard. This will show a variety of stats across different date parameters, and worth noting, if you guys want to see like your current standing and all the stats about your clan itself, we will have this up onto the portal starting on Tuesday, but worth noting because it is an addition to the portal, this will go live later in the afternoon on Tuesday and not with our typical Tuesday server restart downtime. But yeah, okay, here we have the Clan Leaderboards image on screen now to give you guys a little early glimpse.
So there are some questions. If this is based on statistics from WoT or anything else, no. I know that Max Chaos would be the one, answering these questions more in detail. This is on our website, so it is based on a calculation that we use. None of the calculations are biased towards World War II or Cold War. So if anybody is wondering if somebody plays Cold War more than World War II, do the stats get skewed? No, they don't. One thing I want to take ahead of time to answer to everyone, as you can see on the screenshots, these rankings are based on the clan ratings. Those are not filtered. So even clans with 1, 2, 3, or 4 players are listed in the top 10, top 20, top 30, top 40, and so on. This is already something that we shared with our CCs yesterday, so they were already able to provide some feedback to us. Something like a filter option is already something that we have noted down. I just want to say this because I know that a lot of you will have this same question. Can we bring a filter to filter out, clans that have more than 10 or 15 members? Yes, that is something that we know that we're trying to look into. But again, this is just a social feature for now that we incorporate on our website that is not accessible via in-game. And so just something for the people who are interested in ratings or clan ratings in general.
Yeah. And shout out to Max Chaos, who listened in and worked a lot with the competitive communities, making sure a lot of the stats, the details are important to you guys, that information is represented here to the best that we can muster for a first release. But also the collaboration that Max Chaos and our DevOps team to help set this up onto the website itself for you guys.
Yeah.
So again, this will be available to you on Tuesday, later in the afternoon, not with the typical game server restart. All right. Well, TKanne, I think that might leave us to our shout-outs and then our Q&As section, unless there's anything else that we're missing here.
I'm thinking, but I don't think that there's anything right now. We will have some interesting questions for later, but now we're going to start with the battle feats, which are specifically about the King Dragon and the Largo M38. So I have to excuse, we came up with this because usually Tanxos is the one preparing the artworks, but since he's not here today, KB was helping me out and preparing these literally 20 minutes before the stream. So shout out to KB. And so in the King Dragon, we have, and excuse me when I butcher these names.
That's what we do here. Don't worry about it.
Lihava Kinku with the max kills in the King Dragon 10, which is insane. Morty 0511 with 7,000 damage. That's pretty accurate. Vincont F with the maximum combined damage of 7,400. Rented Zeus 77753 with max block damage of 5,600. And Weslin Demon with the max XP of 2,783, which is a ton. So congratulations to all of you. And now with the Lago, I'm going to leave those names to you.
Gotcha. Yes, in the Lago M38, up first we have Doomy. Max damage in a single battle of 2,824. I don't think I mispronounced that one. That one was a little tricky, but I think I got it. Up next we have Kuzmich 80 with max combined assisted damage in a single battle of 2,297. Up next, Leo Marcel 05 with max blocked damage in a single battle of 2,617. And then it's Doomy again, max XP in a single battle of 2,388. I have to assume that was in the same match, perhaps, that get both the max damage and max XP. Correlation.
Well, I'm not sure if that's the same match, but no, I'm just kidding. All right.
I'm making assumptions.
Yeah, that is, I mean, it's probably the same battle, because if somebody has this kind of max damage and then has another game where he goes on with 2,388 max XP in the Lago M38, that would be insane. Moving on to our milestone players, and during the 10-year anniversary, we have players with 100,000 battle: Galactic Might 77, Matt Mercer, OG Jonah Hex, cool movie by the way, Hugh Franklin, Chasseur de Noobs,
very nice,
and oh my god, Erzhanab 64. Congratulations. The next ones are for you. I'm gonna leave the rest to you.
Take a sip of water here. At 110,000 battles, up first we have CCC P1961, PA3Mot PYC, and Pagano Saves.C. Congratulations to you three. I'll take the. I'll go ahead and wrap us up here.
Yes.
At 120,000 battles, Wombled Jupiter 33. I actually like that gamer tag. 130,000 battles, we have NI 860 Key, and our user today that reached the most battles this week at 140,000 battles. Congratulations to you, FDV 13. Not sure why I tripped over that one. The easiest name is the one I butchered. So congratulations to you all, and you guys will be receiving private war chests added to your accounts.
We have.
Oh yes, Sinister and TK. Do you know what it is we say around here?
No, what is it?
That's a lot of battles.
Oh yeah, that is a lot of battles. And now to the last medal showcase connected to the King Dragon and the Lago M38. I'm gonna leave these names to you, Mr. Bam.
Yes. So in their King Dragons, up first we have Noob with Skills 7, earned the Faden's Medal, or Faden's Medal. Supreme Warrior 777, who earned the Kalabanov's Medal. And then lastly, also in the King Dragon, we have Danger Austin 12, who earned the Nicholas Medal.
I think that is Dangerous TNT, but I'm not sure.
What did I say? Dangerous Austin?
Dangerous and ST. Dangerous T. Mr. SPG. Sigh.
I stand by what I said.
I know. Sometimes it's not easy to find out what the names mean, okay? All right.
Okay, then we got one last user here, of course,
Yes.
in the Lago M38. Upbeat Door 350, who also earned Kolobanov's medal.
All right. That is a lot of achievements, a lot of milestones, a lot of battles. God, there's a lot of battles. We have gone through our new tech tree, which is being released next Tuesday. We have talked about everything that we've done this week for our anniversary. Now there is one thing missing. So bear in mind, everyone who is here present in chat, if we have time in the end, we will address your questions as well, but we collect them in our form. This is the time where we can share the form in chat. Let me quickly do that, or maybe KB can do that. We have a dev stream form where you can post your questions. Now we will go through a couple of them that we have prepared. Are you ready, Mr. Bam?
I am ready.
So there was a question regarding the red border when you're low health on screen. Is it possible that we can remove that?
We will. I haven't heard player sentiment about the red border vignettes in a while. It is a very important element to keep present on the screen to help inform the users that, hey, you're not doing too hot right now and close to having a destroyed tank. A year or so ago, though, we did dial it back because I do recall it being a little bit more intrusive onto your screen. So in regards of whether or not we're going to remove it or reduce it a little bit further, we'll kind of leave that to user feedback. If you guys think it's still a little bit too much, or maybe it's too blurry or something, we can look into updates and talking with our UI team of what we can do. But right now, what I'm trying to state is there's no current plans, but we'll listen to the players and see if you guys think improvements are in need here.
Okay, that is good. So we have 3D commanders on the MVP screen. Any chance we can add 2D commanders to be displayed at the end of a battle, on the MVP screen?
The MVP screen?
Yeah.
This has come up, and we didn't want to just kind of shoehorn them in there and have a floating 2D commander image, but we also understand that players, there is a lot of players that just still really enjoy their 2D commanders. And there's a lot of history and, personal attachment because, hey, we hit a 10-year anniversary and it's been about 7 years till we even had our 3D commanders introduced. So TKanne and I were actually talking about it a little bit, like how can we incorporate them that won't feel a little bit too silly? But maybe there's something I can talk with our UX design team and brainstorm a little bit. Maybe it's just kind of tied to your gamer tag on the screen and kind of your ranking and your damage dealt, etc. So there's certainly ways that we can probably approach it.
All right. The next question is probably also very interesting to everyone who enjoys and loves their googly eyes. Is there some kind of possibility for us to improve vehicle customization where a player would be able to freely move emblems or decals to certain part of vehicles? I guess that would allow very, very funny customizations. Any chance on that?
No plans at this time. I will stress that is going to be a large effort and rework of our customization system. I understand that our current customization of a pre-placed section on the tank is where you can only put inscriptions, emblems, and only the camo is kind of fully encompassing. But it would require a lot to make sure we can support all the tanks in the different spots where you could ray cast an emblem on it without it stretching in weird ways. And we also have to worry about a lot of the other added cosmetics, like tank skins that sometimes get put onto the tanks. We're always very conscious to make sure, right now, they don't cover up elements of the emblems and other cosmetics. But doing a simple ray cast with a tank skin, I'm already imagining some problems where, an emblem, a googly eye, is being planted onto the foliage or something of a tank skin.
Honestly, I don't care about 3D skins. I don't want that. I want 3D googly eyes that move around when your tank is going over something. That would be chef's kiss.
Actually animated?
Yes, animated googly eyes. That would be
into the physics.
That would be chef's kiss, telling you. Damn. All right.
Here's what I'll say. Like, we'll pitch it to the team. I can't imagine, like, even a year out being able to deliver on that.
All right. Very specific map-related question about Mountain Pass for the tiers between Tier 8 and Tier 10. What's the win ratio sizes for both Northwest and Southeast spawns?
I took a look at this earlier in the week when I saw this question come up. Mountain Pass, as an example, for the target the question here, Tier 8 and Tier 10 gameplay is currently sitting at a 54% win rate. I am gonna withhold which side has that 54% because I don't want to jade teams to believe, oh, if I'm on that team, that means I'm
already lost.
I've already lost, right? 54%, not terrible by any means. But here's what I want to stress is we do have a overarching map balance ticket in the works to reevaluate all of our maps, target the higher offenders, and seeing what we can do on that. And we find one of the trickier things in some of these maps that are shared between World War II as well as Cold War, we have to be careful of what we change because a lot of the spawners, I will say, are carbon copies between the two different modes and various tiers. So if we adjust just like Tier 8 and Tier 10 spawns for Mountain Pass to get closer to that 50% perfect win ratio, that actually might skew the results in different tier ranges unintentionally. So that's always been kind of the uphill battle for any sort of map balance passes. But Mountain Pass is certainly one that we are keying in on. And really quick, just because we're on the subject of maps, and this came up to me earlier this week as well. And I just saw it in the chat, please change Dragon Ridge. There was talks, I did mention on a stream or two ago, we did drop Azure Coast, which had a heightened frequency since its launch in the Year of the Dragon season. And I did say in regards that we'd also look into dropping frequency of select maps in the rotation alongside it. That did not happen this past Tuesday, but this upcoming Tuesday, yes, we did drop the map frequency on 3 maps, one of which is one of your favorites and near and dear to your heart, T-Kane.
Please let it be Mannheim. Please let it be Mannheim or Sunset Coast.
If you had to pick 3 maps that you would like to see just a little bit less into rotation, which 3 would you guess?
For me, it would be Sunset Coast. Mannheim, but that is, Cold War specific, and probably Nomanan.
Nomanan, interesting.
Yeah.
Well, you got 2 of them right.
All right. Or, Great Wall,
Sunset Coast, Dragon Ridge, and Mannheim.
Okay.
Will be coming down in frequency, unless your gamer tag is Whiskery Steel.
No. Why? I'm being tortured. Help me out, guys. Please save me. I want to get out of here. What is this Matrix? I'm being hunted by Mr. SPG. Everyone knows it. Nobody talks about it. No, but I'm looking forward to that, honestly, especially Sunset Coast. I love Airfield. I do not like Sunset Coast. It's too much foliage. It's too much.
And I get it. I hear it from the community a lot as well. So, shout out to Mr. SPG as well. He and I were talking about it earlier this week and we were looking at the weights, the values that we have in there. I see questions coming up if we're increasing any other maps, etc. Right now, no, all the other maps have equal weighting.
Yeah.
It's just those 3 I noted are going to be at lesser weighting.
Yeah, Kellen already said add Great Wall and Reisenite to that list. I second that. Like those, if we ever do a rotation of maps that have a less chance of appearing, we need to add those 2 as well, especially for Cold War. Reisenite for my eyes, the fog. No,
we're keeping an eye on the rotation and listening in. Expect some changes as we kind of proceed. Maybe bumping things up, bumping things down.
Yeah,
we're trying to be a little bit more flexible about it.
Yeah. All right. Map talking aside, do we have any other map specific questions? Because then we can get them out of the way. No, we do not as of this Q&A list. Artillery rework. If you remember, we had something quite a few months ago. Any plans to revisit the current stats and look at how it goes and tweak it in the future? Is there anything planned or...
Not currently. We do have a task ticket between myself and other designers. We want to take an evaluation, just see the engagements and how much players are still playing the artillery class, the win rates, etc. Because ever since we did our big Artillery 2.0, which, believe it or not, TK, was actually a year ago, almost to this day, that we made that big change. And we're going to reevaluate the data. We'll see if there's any sort of improvements or needs for improvements. Would like to hear from the players if there is anything that you guys that pops out to you that you'd like to us to be thinking about in terms of artillery. Because here's something I will stress. Listening to the community and a lot of the conversations in the past year, a lot of talk about artillery has more or less been mitigated versus where it kind of used to be. And that was one of our goals, was trying to improve the overall sentiments and the gameplay of how artillery works into World War II. So, and no, I saw someone say, we're not removing artillery, trainee tanker.
No,
it's a class that will always remain in the game. We know it's a very different play style. We tackled situations and issues where players didn't like the idea of being smacked by an unseen shell that they couldn't do anything about and deals a great deal of damage. And we've applied a lot of measures to help improve that experience, dealing a little bit less damage and get a little bit more awareness of where the artillery and the shell originated from.
And no, we are not planning on bringing artillery to Cold War. Stop asking these questions, please. All right. Next question. Could we please get the mercenary contract filter tab returned? Is that a possibility?
This question came up before. I made a ticket for this, and it's probably honestly sitting in my backlog. I will follow up on it because I know that is something players would like to see. What are the compatible tanks that could be applied to the mercenary contracts, etc. So we'll take another look at that. Or wait, or maybe this question is mercenary contract filter. No, that's what it is.
All right. Yeah, I guess we can just write that down for next week's stream, so we can just maybe follow up on that. So ST2 question or ST2 related question. Can we please take a look at the gun sound and adjust it? One gun seems to have a different sound than the other one. There is already a ticket made and our audio director is looking into this. I'm just gonna take this away from you if we have very quick answers. Ability to zoom more out in the garage to showcase the gear. We'll
pass that along.
Yeah, we do that on this one. Now there is a player punishment related question, so specifically about AFK players, and that these appear more frequent as of late. Can there be a system put in place to combat this? Perhaps a flag placed on said players. If it happens again, second flag, and so on and so on and so on. So we do this. Sorry if I take this answer away from you, but it is. Yeah. No, you don't. That's fine. It's just something that I've been talking a lot with Winged Racer, our person who is like the overseer, the big overseer about all of our support and tickets. There are certain punishments in place for players who are AFK. Of course, these have a certain limit because also everybody has a real life. Everybody knows the kind of situation where there is someone at the door rings, or you have a baby in the background crying and you need to take care of something. So yes, I do understand that it's frustrating to play 15 versus 13 and you have 2 AFKs on your team. There are penalties that will occur if someone does this frequently. There are also the instances where we review these cases manually if we have certain people flagged multiple times, and those players do get increased punishments that basically stack up. So let's just say someone gets banned for a day, next time it's 3, and so on and so on. So there is a possibility where some frequent AFKers end up in a permanent ban, and if this is like a case where he's just doing it every game. And like there is we do flag this. It's just, don't be so harsh on these people, because there are real life players who might have a real life situation that they need to take care of. If you see these players multiple times, shoot me a message, send me a screenshot, and we can investigate it. So we then can check how many times they got reported, in how many battles they did this. And we can also, for example, check manually their games and see what they do in the battles. So we have these abilities to do this in these cases. So yeah, very long answer. I apologize, but there is a system in place. That is also a very specific question for the IS-22, one of the dual barrel gun tanks. Could you please align the two guns so they are parallel?
We're going to take it over to our tank art team to have a look at that. Because I know there's a slight skew of one of the barrels, just a little bit, and it might be firing the shell. This I need to confirm on. I'm not sure if that's valid or not, whether or not that's actually skewing the second shell off from the center aim point.
All right. Can we get a reload buff to the Bisonte and the Rinoceronte? Very specific Italian. I think that question came from someone who loves Italian tanks.
And I pass this along directly to Plague, our lead vehicle designer. The Bisonte itself is actually will not be receiving any sort of changes, as it's currently performing fairly well according to our data. The Rinoceronte, on the other hand, will get a little bit of love in a future update. Direct words from Plague himself.
All right, I'm gonna try to pick out the ones that sound the most interesting, because we still have like 7 questions or so. I'm not gonna ask that one that I saw on YouTube that I sent you, but okay, there was one question regarding the Weasel 1A1 armor. Currently, the Weasel will bounce some rounds, absorb heat, ATGMs, keep some HE rounds from fully penetrating. When this has been asked about, it was answered that there was spaced armor.
So, quick clarification. No, I'm not sure if I had erroneously said there was spaced armor. Not sure if that was me. There is no spaced armor on the Weasel itself. It does have various stowage bins, the mud flaps on the sides, and the HE shells will get detonated by that if it's kind of striking in that location, which could lead to a lot of low rolls and non-damaging hits from armor penetrating, depending on even the angle of the tank itself. The launcher of the Weasel 2 also doesn't take damage, very much like any gun that you hit in any other tank in the game. So that does lead to more non-damaging hits that the players are seeing. Also worth noting, this tank is very small, it's very nimble, maneuvers a lot in lots of different angles on the tank itself. It might be hard to really detect where your shot is landing on this thing, and depending on how quickly it's moving around, that is an increased probability that your shells are actually bouncing bouncing or hitting a non-damageable part of the tank itself. So that might be the biggest reason why you're seeing the deflex.
I think also one question I saw regarding the Weasel, because I've seen this many times, is like if we, and I know that I asked this in previous streams when I was with you, the ram damage calculation based on the Weasel. You know, when there is like a Challenger 2 coming and just smashing the heck out of a Weasel, and you get like 10 damage. Was there any plan from us to look into that?
We do have an active investigation, and we've also done internal play testing of RAM damage. I want to stress, not on the Weasel in particular, lighter weight tanks in Cold War itself. My very brief and not so expert understanding of it is It's a weight ratio, and there's kind of a cap set. And the way that we addressed a lot of the physics in Cold War, which are very different than World War II, we had to make some tuning adjustments for the high speeds that these tanks travel to mitigate fall damage where we can on a lot of maps. Early on, before even launch of Cold War mode, simple small berms or ramps in maps were causing severe damage into your tanks in a fall that should not have been the case. We know a lot of that kind of fall damage stuff still occurs to this day, but it was much worse before we had even launched the game itself. All that being said, the question was, is something being addressed or being looked into on the RAM damage? The answer to that is yes. No news to share at this time, as we are still in an ongoing investigation.
Nice, thank you. Because that's always also something that I was wondering about when I was playing my Wiesel or playing against a Wiesel. But yeah, I'm happy, especially now with the other German light tanks on the horizon. Thank you for answering all the questions. Before we say goodbye for today, we have one more thing that we want to share with you. As a 10-year anniversary, we have like a little bit of a throwback quiz for everyone on our Discord, where we're going to share this after the stream. It's going to be a quiz with 9 questions. Everybody who enters will enter automatically a raffle for a prize. Everyone who answers every question correctly will enter a specific raffle for a exciting grand prize, up to I think 3 runner-up prizes as well, including. The quiz will include some background questions on World of Tanks Modern Armor and how it was in the past. And you can expect a post coming after the stream. And now to homework. Yes, Reload, homework. And I expect you have all the answers ready. Where are the papers next week? And now to the winners of our giveaway. I already pulled the 2 winners. We have Mr. Moyle 6006. Congratulations for a Martyr. And Dangered 68. Congratulations, you two.
Congratulations, Martyr VTS1.
You will have that very soon in your garage. It can take up to 2 or 3 days, working days, you know. So yeah, those people have won the giveaway. I will keep in mind to mark the questions that we haven't had the time today to answer next week. And yeah, all I can say is thank you for having me, Mr. Bam.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, thank you for giving me the chance to announce the Germans. I'm really proud. I'm really proud.
Well, now you're setting a precedent that next time you join a Friday live stream, they're like, oh, more German tanks coming in. Maybe we lean into that a little bit.
Where is the next German map? No, but yeah, for everyone who's excited and who wants to have somewhat of a live impression on the tanks, be sure to tune into my next stream on Tuesday. I will be able to showcase all of them. And yeah, well, anything else that we want to share with our viewers right now, Bam?
Just because I've seen the question come up a few times, and maybe I said the answer a little bit too quickly. Next Tuesday, we are dropping frequency on 3 maps: Sunset Coast, Dragon Ridge, and Mannheim, to all applicable tiers that those maps currently exist in.
Okay. And while we're here at the end of our stream, I see you, Mr. Goliath. I see you peeking at our stream. I know exactly what you're doing. I will send all of our viewers today over to Goliath, and you can enjoy some games with him. Maybe he's going to play the Martyr VTS2, so you have another impression. VTS1, sorry, not VTS2. I'm already thinking ahead of a new release. So all of you enjoy the evening with Goliath and the day. And thank you, Bam. Have a nice weekend, and see you hopefully very soon, and all of you.
See you all on the battlefield.
Bye-bye.